Hello and welcome everyone. Here we are to solve some inverse and composed function. The first question for today, it says f of x equal to ax plus b. And f inverse of x is given. Okay, first let's write f of x. F of x is equal to ax plus b. Then the other given condition, f inverse of x plus 1 is equal to half x plus 2. These two are given. And then we are asked to find what is the value of A and what is the value of B. Okay, first of all, we need to find the inverse of the function f here. What is the inverse of this function? And then we are going to replace by x plus 1, f inverse of x once we have. Then we'll try to find what is f of x plus 1. Okay, to find the inverse of this function f, you know the process. F of x is the same as just y, which is equal to ax plus b. And in the next step, in place of y, write x. And in place of x, you can write y. Ay plus b. Actually, it's not plus, it must be minus. So this is minus. And then try to make the y unknown. For that purpose, first shift the b to the left side. It's going to be x plus b is equal to ay. Then divide both sides by a. Therefore, y value will be x plus b the whole over a. This is the same as the inverse of the original function f. Don't forget that. This is f inverse of x. So what will be f inverse of x plus 1? Like if this is x, this is going to be x. If this is y, this will be y. So consider this one like y. That means substitute the whole this x plus 1 replaced by x. So it's going to be x plus 1 plus b, the whole over a. Remember what I did. This is x plus 1 or like y you can consider. So I just replace as y here in place of, because the inverse of the f inverse of x is the same as x plus b the whole over a. But this is the same as f inverse of x plus 1. It's already given to you. What is that? Half x plus 2. Okay, let's go to the next page. We already say x plus 1 plus b the whole over a is equal to half x plus 2. Already we said. Therefore, let us group the x's together and the other constant together in this stuff. But this denominator is for each of them. That means I can write 1 over ax plus 1 plus b the whole over a. I can write them together because all of them constant. Only the variable is x. The other constant, you can consider ab as a constant. But I group the x's together and the other constant together, which is equal to half x plus 2. We do have two linear functions here. Left hand side, this is the left hand side, and the right hand side, here it is. Now the left hand side and the right hand side, two linear functions, equal means the coefficient of x, that is 1 over a, it must be equal to the coefficient of x to the right side. That means 1 over a is equal to 1 over 2. This implies a value should be equal to 2. We have got the a value. Now the next step, let us equalize the two constants, the constant term to the left side and the constant term to the right side. That means 1 plus b the whole over a is equal to 2. We know the value of a, which is 2. So 1 plus b the whole over 2 is equal to 2. Then by crisscross multiplication, we can have 1 plus b is equal to 4, so 2 times 4. And then shift the 1 to the right side. So the b value will be 4 minus 1, which is 3. This is what we are looking for, and these are the values of a and b. Remember the formula. F of x is given to you x minus b. So what do? We just try to find the inverse of this function, and finally we got it, which is x plus b over a. And then the other given condition, f inverse of x plus 1 equal to half x plus 2. So what did I do? In place of f inverse of x, in place of x, we replace x plus 1 as I did here. And then we try to rearrange and write left hand and right hand side in a comfortable manner. Or we can say the x's family together and the constant together, left hand and right hand side. So these two linear functions are already equal, means the coefficient of x to the left hand side, it must be equal to the coefficient of x to the right side. That means the number which is found in front of x, that is 1 over a, as you see here, yeah, okay, so as you see here, the number which is found in front of x, 1 over a, it must be equal to the number in front of x, which is 1 over 2. So when you do that, we have got the value of a. The next step, the constant term to the left side, that is 1 plus b over a, it must be equal to the constant term to the right side, that is 2. We equalize them and then we solve, we have got the value of b. Very good. Let's go to the next question. The next question here, it says f of x is equal to cube root of x. And f compose g, f of g of x is already given to you, 4 root of x. Then what is asked? What is g of 64? This is what we are looking for. First of all, what is f of g of 64? This means 4 root of 64. 4 root of 64 is the same as the 4 root of 4 the power of 4, 4 cube. Root of 4 cube, or I can write it 4 the power of 3 over 4, I can say, or 8 square, as you like, or to the power of 6, you can write it in the form 64. But this function, we can write it as a composite form, f of g of 64 is equal to 4 root of 64. But what is f of x? F of x means it is the same as square root of x cubed. What will be f of y? F of y is the same as square root of y cubed. So we can consider this whole thing as y. G of 64 we can consider as y because we have f of something inside here. This something you can consider like y. So we can write it square root of g of 64, just cube it in the square root, is equal to 4 root of 64. Okay, let's continue to the next page. What do I have? Square root of g of 64, the whole cube, is equal to 4 root of 64. We do have this one. So our objective, don't forget, to get g of 64. This is what we are looking for. Okay, the next step, we can write this one. We can write this one as g of 64, the whole the power of 3 over 2. I can write because the index here, it is just 2, is equal to 64 means 4 cube, I said, or to the power of 6. I can write better to simplify, like the prime number, to the power of 6, the whole the power of 1 over 4 we can write. The reason the index is 4, so I wrote 1 over 4. Here the index is 2 because square root means the index 2, that's why the denominator is 2 here. Here the index is 4, so that the denominator 4. But 64 by itself is to the power of 6. Then the next step, I am looking for g of 64. So I have to remove this exponent, so that I have to multiply the exponent by what? By 2 over 3. This side also the same, by 2 over 3. I have to multiply by the reciprocal of the exponent. Here the exponent is 3 over 4. The exponent of what? The exponent of g of 64. So I need to remove that one to just make the g of 64 alone, and that's what we need. So I need to multiply by what? By 2 over 3, both exponent. Okay, let me write it properly. Multiply this one by 2 over 3 by the reciprocal of 3 over 2, the same manner to the right side. Then what remains here? 2 cancel by 2 and 3 cancel by 3, g of 64 left. Okay, this is what we are looking for, which is equal to, now let's simplify this side. can simplify by 2 1, this by 2 2. Again, still I can simplify. What left? 2 the power of 6 times denominator 2 and denominator 3 we do have, that means 1 over 6. So cancel 6 by 6. What left? Just 2 left. This is the answer. So this one is some kind of exponential simplification after this, especially after the next step. So once let me repeat it. What did I do? Or what's given first of all? First of all, what's given has to be clear. Given f compose g of x is given to you 4th root of x. So what if it is f compose g of 64? This x is going to be changed to 64. If this is y, the x will be just to be changed into y. If the variable z, the inner or the 4th root of the variable that is x will be changed to z. So what did I do? We made it 64. The reason? Because we are looking for g of 64. So when I make the x as 64, the right side also will be 64. In the next step, I compose it. F of g of 64 is equal to 4th root of 64. And then g of 64 we can consider it as y, because f of something, those something will be considered as y. Then we replace this one in the square root, because f, what does f function do here? As you see here, f of x means square root of x cube. If it is y, it will be square root of y cube. If it is z, it will be square root of z cube. We can consider this g of 64 as y, and then we replace in the square root, then we cube it. The right side, nothing changed. And then we go to the next page. After this exponential simplification, what do we do? Again here, since square root means, the power of 1 over 2, 1 over 2 times 3 will be 3 over 2 remains here. G of 64, the whole the power of 3 over 2 I do have. The right side, 64 by itself. 64, someone can write 8 square, or 64, someone can write 4 cube, or 64, someone can write to the power of 6. But this one is the most simplest form, because 2 is a prime number. The other, the 2 and the 8 are not done. Like, we can simplify further. So I just prefer to the power of 6. Then the index here, or 4th root, so 1 over 4. I made it to hold the power of 1 over 4 external exponent. They are the same, it's product actually. Then my focus is how to make g of 64 above. So I have to remove the exponent 3 over 2. So we need to multiply by the reciprocal of it, multiply by 2 over 3. So I have to do the same to the right side. The exponent has to be multiplied by 2 over 3. Then simplify by 2 1, here by 2 2. And 2 times 3 will be 6 in the denominator left. In the numerator, to the power of 6, as you see, here it is. Then 6 cancelled by 6, what left? Just 2 left. This is g of 64. These are two of the questions for today I prepared. Thank you for watching.